Well, well, well. Look what the cat drugged in and spit up on the carpet. It's amazing how a video that don't even have 500 views finds its way into the hands of a record label that obviously doesn't do their due diligence, because none of these labels do their due diligence. See, I understand getting the copyright strike, right? Don't really care about that. Who cares? Like, this is not what I do for a living. This channel is pretty much pro bono work. I'm 100% appreciative of everything y'all send me. I take that money, I put it right back into this show because everything about this show costs. When you really take a look at this, I actually would probably benefit from not even being on YouTube at all. So everything y'all send me goes back into paying for the apps that run this show. If people need stuff outside of the house, like the little charity events and stuff, I take every single dollar and give it right back away. So anybody that even has an idea, what's up, Theo? What's up, Brian? Mr. Bear, Heather? Hope y'all having a good day. Anything that has to do with this show is really burning a hole in my pocket. But it's okay because I would rather have a repertoire of the lessons that I feel like are valuable to me, and knowing that I said something and there's always going to be some reference material out there. It's still mind-boggling that, all right, you get hit with a copyright strike. I'm out last night on the phone with Theo, because that's what we do. Middle of the night. It's like the sun is not even up. It's like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. I go through my email, and not only do I see a copyright strike, perfectly fine. Once again, do not care. This copyright strike in a video that only made 38 cents that I'm not going to see for 5 or 6 months is perfectly fine. Who cares, right? I'm in my email, and you're going to send me, as the people in charge of this child, I forgot to take the damn picture off the screen. You're going to send me an email, a picture of this child, and you're going to tell me I need to take my video down, or you're going to have it removed. Let's be fucking for real. The video's not going to come down. You can strike it as much as you want. It doesn't matter. You take the video down, I put the video back up. You take the video down, I come right back, and I will make one channel that only uploads that one video. A record label doesn't tell me what to do. Why? Because I'm not signed. And everything that I already have acquired, I already got it. If dumb people decide they don't want to do business with me no more, who fucking cares? Why? Because that's not how I pay my bills. That's just not. Sitting up here and talking about this stuff is not, that's why we don't talk about everything. We don't have to talk about everything. But we're not going to be intimidated. We're not going to be convinced that we should stop talking about the shit that we want to talk about. And it's just not going to happen. I'm trying not to call people slurs. I did all that last night. But it's just amazing to me that when I got on YouTube last night, because I didn't know his name. Remember in our first video, we was going through this and we was looking at the video. And I'm like, damn, it's just all children out here. Damn. It's just like, what is going on with this? I just came across a clip. I don't know nothing about this kid. I didn't look up his name. I didn't find the song. I didn't bother to do none of that. I blatantly said I was not going to look this up because I was so disgusted by what I was seeing. These people are so stupid that before they decide, oh, you need to take your video down, you're whatever the fuck these people out here talking about You aren't even smart enough to go through a video and see what the fuck somebody is talking about before you get in your fucking feelings about the money that you could possibly make. So I've decided today that let's go on ahead and see what some of these people look like. Let's see who some of these people are. You know what? Let me pull up a tab because I got to pull the names up. Fuck, it ain't enough to put a motherfucker face on the camera. Let's go ahead and pull some of these names up. First and foremost, where we need to start with this, because I don't want to be here long, because everything that I've already said, the video's still up there. If they take the video down, it's gonna go back up. Let me see. Create music group. There we go. Because they got names. They didn't even bother to see and go and see what the fuck I was talking about. Because I was going to leave well enough alone. We said what we had to say. We made everything fucking clear. We put it on the table. First question is, what type of person wants to do business with a 9-year-old and is not on no kid shit? Remember how, oh my God, there's an eyelash in my eye. The hell? Remember how when you was growing up, the only time you saw children singing and dancing and doing that shit was on the Disney Channel, was on Nickelodeon, was on Cartoon Network. These was the only places that you could see children doing shit. I don't know one kid that was not infatuated with Hannah Montana before she got with Mike Will and hip hop tried to push her into adulthood, that weird ass process. We're gonna talk about another time. But you only, what's up, Colorado Rick? The only time you saw children singing and dancing was about children's shit in children's spaces on a children network. The problem with children singing and dancing, even in those spaces, was behind the scenes. People like this was running the show. Who are these people on the screen? These people on the screen are the CEOs of this motherfucker's situation or whatever. These people signed this boy, Lil RT. I didn't know his name. I didn't know the name of the song. Name of the song is 60 Miles. You type that in, and the first thing you see is all black people laughing, smiling, having a good old time, showing every fucking tooth they got in reference to this 9-year-old. I didn't even know he was 9. So somebody said he didn't even look 10. They was correct. That was the last lie. They was correct. This motherfucker was not even 10 years old. These motherfuckers decided, I'm going to take my resources and pour it into this degeneracy. They would never pour money into one of their children doing this. They would never put money behind this. This boy, they say he went viral on TikTok and he got signed. The music video came out like 5 days ago or some shit like that. Like the music video haven't even been out. Already close to 500,000. And it just makes you like, you look at these motherfuckers, man. These are the people. Look at that nigga on the end pissing me off. Like, what kind of weird ass freaks decide that I'm going to invest resources? I'm going to sign. Not only am I going to sign a 9-year-old, which, how the fuck, how does that even work when this child is not an actor? This child doesn't do anything. And with the subject matter that this child talks about, they can't go anywhere and they can't do anything. What's up, Zay? The child can't go anywhere and the child can't do anything. We're going to be hitting the same points, not in great detail like we did before, because like I said, the nerve of a video that doesn't even have 500 views to fall into the lap. Because I know you didn't go to nobody else's channel because nobody else said what I said. I looked it up. Nobody even know who the fuck this kid is. Never used their name. Didn't ever tag their name, nothing. Didn't know nothing about them. Saw a clip and said, what the hell is going on? The nerve of you to come to my email address and make a threat to me. You don't tell me what the fuck to do. I am not nobody's slave, and I'm not gonna ever be nobody's slave. I don't want to be nobody's friend. I don't need nothing from these people. If I stop doing anything with this shit tomorrow, I have a trade. I am going to be fine. But for these freaks to come in here and to say, you fucking our money up. Bro, if your son was rapping about she gonna suck the dick at 9 years old, you would pull his tongue out his mouth and wrap it around his neck. But it's okay when a black boy talks about doing 60, running from the police at 9. You're not even a double-digit age. You're 9 years old. She gonna suck the dick. Do 60 in the whip from the cops. Kill that Nick, bro. What? Give me a second. Because it's like I'm so, this shit make me so angry because you don't tell me what the fuck to do. You don't, bro. This is so fucking out. Look at these people, man. These is the people behind the scene. Hold up, I pulled their name up. Jonathan Strauss, and then the other one is like Alexandra or whatever the fuck his name is, Williams or some shit like that. Like, what? Yo, real talk. Who is these kids? Who is these kids' parents, man? And this is the problem I have with this industry. When me and Theo was talking this morning, we was talking about how we have got so far away from not only God, but we have got so brainwashed to actually believe that when these motherfuckers show up, let's put these bitches on the screen. When these motherfuckers show up, they're actually handing us a cup of poison, telling us it's lemonade. They've convinced us that, hey, your situation is bad, but you can turn this bad situation into a positive. I'm actually looking out for you. And you will actually come out your mouth and say, hey, these people saved my life. These people helped me. These people, I don't know what I would have did without them. They got me away from the situation. The problem with getting away from the situation is people get away from the situation and their mindset never changes. Because why in an era when we have so much shit going on and everything against us, not so much shit against us, everything against us, every single thing against us, there was no filtering system to say we are not allowing a child to come out here and talk about this subject matter. They had the nerve. I'm trying to find out. I couldn't find the child's real name. They claimed that he wrote the song. But as a minor, one, you can only do so much with putting people's names out there. So it's like, I can't find his real name because if I found his real name, I could find out who his fucking parents was by just doing a background check. And what Phil's saying, you can't tell me they're not essaying that child. Listen, wasn't that the whole thing with the Disney Corporation and all of these other, bro, I have books on my shelf written by child stars. Remember the girl Jeanette McCurdy? She was on Nickelodeon. She got a book, I'm Glad My Mom Died. And in that book, she talks about all the sexual assaults and the trauma she went through, not just as a child, but being in the music industry, being in the entertainment industry. A lot of those kids get molested, raped. They can't do nothing about it because they don't have guardianship. their parents take over the situation, but then relinquish any type of whatever somebody want to do, all in the name of money. The fact that we're selling our children to the music industry. We're selling our children to the entertainment industry for money that we don't even take and use in no fucking productive fashion. Why is a 9-year-old? My mind is still, bro, the child can't even speak properly and clearly, but they know how to talk about running from the cops. They know how to talk about sucking dick. He can't form a fucking sentence with a subject and a predicate, but he can tell you about killing another black person. And that is being rewarded. They are rewarding our children for being brain dead. They're awarding our children for being fucking just complete degenerates, completely just nothing good. I'm about to bring you up, Sean. They're rewarding us for hating our children. What's up, Katrina? They're awarding you're not going to get any money for being 15 years old and graduating from high school saying you want to be a brain surgeon. And we know that's something that's pretty, rare and extraordinary. But they've told us that knowing how to rap is rare and extraordinary. And this kid can't even rap. And to stand in our face, what up, to stand in our face, this group of motherfuckers, because I need to find out who this nigga is on the end. Big ass smiles, happy as a bitch. And keep in mind, these aren't the only people on that label. YW Melly is up with them. The Migos is with them. Young Thug is with them. I had to dig and find this information. And I wouldn't have known anything if these motherfuckers didn't come in my email. Don't disturb me. Leave me alone. Because there's nothing that nobody's going to be able to say. There's nothing that nobody's going to do to me. And I'm trying not to sound like get up here on no gangster time or no talk. But best believe I walk these streets every day by myself with no fear. And ain't nobody going to do a goddamn thing about a motherfucking thing I say. It's not going to happen. You'll die before something happened to me. And I don't feel no way about it. I made peace with that in 2018 that I might have to take a motherfucker out. Who gives a fuck? You're not going to intimidate me. You're not going to stop me. And I'm going to go harder on you. It will get real treacherous out here. Severely treacherous. Because I can start bringing people up to talk about the real shit that go on in this industry. Bro, I could do a whole show about nothing but young people getting taken advantage of. I'm talking about raped, sexually assaulted in their sleep, waking up with a dick in their mouth. I can bring people up here every day of the year to talk about that. People that I can call right now. Regular people. So don't come in my motherfucking email talking about nothing. I don't want to hear it. I said what the fuck I said. And if you don't want a problem with me, then ignore me. Because you wouldn't have your children out here doing this. You would never allow your children to be a part of no shit like this. Again, remember, the thing I've been saying is, motherfuckers like these, if you come in their house and you come in their fucking spots talking about any of this shit, doing any of this delinquency shit, bro, they would accuse you of trying to destroy the family. You will get banned from your own family coming with this shit. Let me bring Sean up. I know he got it. Can you hear me?
What's up? Yeah,
What's up? How you doing?
Cool. And just I'm listening. I'm rocking with you. I agree. But I came in late. Who's those guys? They inboxed you about something?
They sent me an email. These are the people. The little boy who did that song.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw my video. I didn't know nothing about the little boy. I just seen the clip on Instagram and was like, what the hell is this? When I was listening to it. These are the people that's in charge of putting the money behind this nigga. Basically, one of the labels they signed this nigga. So they signed this child and putting this money behind this kid. And I wouldn't have known any of who these people was if they didn't send me an email. So they hit the video with the copyright. Who cares, right? Oh my God, a copyright for 38 cents. Oh, great. But then you send me an email talking about you gonna get the video taken down. No, you're not. You can do what you want to. It's gonna come right back up. That's who these people are. They're in charge of this label.
Oh wow. But you know what though? You know that tell you a lot. That tell you a whole lot right there.
For a video
Cause
that
they
don't even have 500 views, but you found it.
exactly.
Like, that is crazy. Like, get the fuck out my email. Don't fill my email up with this nonsense.
Yeah, and you know what? Cause I was watching a video you did yesterday, and I agree, man. When you read the comments, it make you question our whole race. Like, man, what is wrong with people? Like, how can y'all think this is acceptable? How is this even considered entertainment? It's not entertainment. It's not funny. It's not good music, like you said. They can't even rap. I be like, I did a video a while ago speaking on basically like the same type of thing, man. Like, I don't understand why is people backing this. Why are you sharing this? This is not the image that we want of our children.
Because they've already destroyed. You know, it's crazy because I hate getting up here being all conspiratorial, putting the tinfoil hat on. I might have to go buy some Reynolds wrap and make a tinfoil hat because there is an agenda, and it's not just one agenda. It's a lot of agendas working at once. They get these things built up to the point where they are self-destroying machines. So we already got the men self-destroying. We are already at the point, and this is what me and Theo was talking about last night. What would have to be done for this shit to completely collapse? Fuck changing it. Fuck whatever. This is not something that you can't reform this. It has to be destroyed, and something else has to come. If we need anything else, we already have got to the point where it started out as friendly competition, and then it moves from friendly competition to real life competing for what they believe is limited resources. And it's not limited resources, it's just they've convinced us there's limited resources. Then they're actually fighting each other for nothing. Now we're dissing each other. Now we're dissing family members. Then we're dissing ailments and insecurity. Then we're dissing dead people. Then we're going to the grave, and we standing on the grave, and we pissing on it, and we smoking on it, and we taking our shovel, and we trying to dig their body up. We're defacing the grave. Then we're dissing the grieving people of the dead. Then we move into making the fucking naughty bop, where we're reenacting the dead, fucking how the fucking person died. The only way, and I'm gonna keep saying it, the only way that we can get this to stop is we gotta start killing these people. And I'm not editing it out. I can say what I want. Like, these people have to die. All of them. Because how do we even get to the point where there's no filtering system? Oh, I saw a 9-year-old freestyling on TikTok and thought, put money into this.
Right.
You ain't never been to no high school and gave no. You can give a high school senior, hey, here's a $600 scholarship to pay for everything in between that whatever you got going on is not gonna pay for when you leave here. Hey, here's $600 to get you a laptop so you can make sure you at least have that for school. That is something you could that was something that would make sense. I'm gonna give a 9-year-old money and resource. This nigga got one song. I hate calling children nigga and stuff, but like, there's nobody that came in between. Where's this child's parents? Who is the guardian? And Theo said that this motherfucker, they probably gave guardianship to the fucking label so they can do what they want to. And we're going to get to the point where we're already kind of at that point, because that's what the pandemic did on accident. But I know these corporations are happy where I don't need you to come out and see this artist to make no money. You can stay home in the metaverse and look at them. Because this is a 9-year-old. They can't go anywhere. You would not take your children to see this person. And as a grown person, if you're going to see these people, you know different than a fucking drag person trying to go into a school and do something crazy. Because why, as an adult, do you want to see this?
Yeah, you're right. I agree. It's sickening, man. It's sickening. Man, I just don't know. Like it bothers me so much because I told somebody not too long ago, because I think I wrote it in your comments, how it don't matter how good we raising our kids, as long as videos like we just saying is being put out there as the normal. You see what I'm saying? So my kids can be straight A students, but when they go out into this world, they're gonna give you like the little 9-year-old rapper, because that's what's getting presented to the world.
And that's the problem. You got people like us who, again, you do everything you supposed to do. Oh, that shit threw me off. You do everything you supposed to do, but then you got we can't fight the world because it's more of them. But it's more of them, and a lot of people is scared to actually just come and say, "Hey, these people need to be killed." Oh, I got kicked off Instagram the other day because a pedophile was online, because they got this pedophile exposing thing going on out here in the city, and they're putting up the criminal prosecutions of pedophiles, 19-year-olds, 30-year-olds sleeping with 12-year-olds and shit. They get tough in the comments, and I'm like, they told us on guns down, gloves up. I'm like, you should be killed, and they kicked me off. Don't kick the pedophile off, but kick me off. And I'm like this comment say from Foodie, they want to desensitize us, and the reason they want to is because the first step of being able to do genocide, really, I have to make it seem like these people deserve to die. These people they don't deserve life. They're not human. Because to even get to the point where you kill somebody for no reason, if any of those people die, they deserve it. But like, to get to the point where you can just do genocide and kill people, you have to take the humanity away. You have to objectify them. That's why a motherfucker getting on a song or getting online talking about if he don't stalk me, he don't love me. If she not obsessed with me, you know, obsession is the step right before murder. It's objectification, dehumanization, objectification, obsession, and then murder. That's exactly how it goes. In order to take your life, I don't have to see you as human. And when I don't see you as a human being, it doesn't matter if I take your life. So when everybody else is out here doing that, your daughter could be at the grocery store and somebody walk up to her and start singing Pound Town. You know, your kid might not even know what that is. I'm sure they do in this age, but like, you just went up and disrespected a child and a stranger because of the images that are putting out, and everybody condoning them because we don't reject it when it comes, because people scared to be called a hater. They're scared to say that, hey y'all, we not feeling this. And not only is it not hot, we just not feeling. We don't want this to be the representation. And whether people realize this or not, the music, I said this when I first started this channel, music is the barometer to tell to see how a people is doing. And I can tell what condition your people in by what music is going on. Because when history is all said and done, 1,000,000 years from now, all they're going to know about this era is the music and the art, because that's how they determine these things.
Mm-hmm.
They have books. Back then, you knew what the Renaissance period was because you saw how they was dressing, you saw the paintings, you heard the music, you know exactly what it is. You know what the 90s was like because you saw the pictures, you saw the art, you saw what they was doing, you heard the music. So right now, in 50 years, they're gonna look back and they're gonna be like, if the planet lasts that long, what the fuck was going on 50 years ago? Like, the hell was they going on? Oh, no wonder so many people died, because those people didn't want to live at all. They was just savage beasts. And it's not enough to just handle. And it's like, it's at the point where it's just like, you don't have a choice but to handle your household first. But I have to worry about everything else, because all that shit spills over into our lives, man. Before, when people used to keep their shit, you used to could be a civilian and it just be civilian shit, civilian time. People wouldn't be whatever. Them other races and groups, they got shit like, oh, you're one of the good ones. That's an insult. But it's like, oh, you're one of the good ones. This is one of the good ones. Like, it shouldn't be no one of the good ones. It should be we dealing with people on a case-by-case basis. But when you got 9-year-olds doing the dash, talking about having sex, you don't even know if you're 9 years old. And if they're trying to push this line of, oh yeah, he's just talking about his experience. He's just living his life. So okay, so you're telling me that I need to find where he lives, because they say he's from Atlanta. So I need to find out where his family is at, and everybody needs a child charge on them. Because why has this child been exposed to this? If you go into a grocery store,
that's child abuse for real.
Yeah, abuse, neglect, endangerment, all type of shit. If you go into a grocery store and you don't know what people's profession is, they're shopping for food. If a fucking social worker was to see your child talking about sucking dick, looking terrible, looking toe up, looking crazy, they'll get your license plate and you'll have CPS on your door by the end of the night. We don't know who we're dealing with when we walk out the house. And whether we want to or not, these people are representations of everybody. Just like, when you go somewhere, you need to be looking around for a crazy white boy with a backpack, or fucking, it's 85 degrees outside and this motherfucker wearing a trench coat and combat boots, you know something is wrong. Oh man, okay, Mr. Bad Fact, somebody actually made a dance on how people look dying. Yes, I'm gonna talk about that in a few, not right now, but in a different video, I'm gonna talk about that. But yeah, there's an actual dance called the Naughty Bop, where as soon some kid, I think his name's Naughty Osama, he got stabbed in the subway and he died. And that night, a whole bunch of other kids went out to the subway and recorded a rap video with knives, and they was doing. Let me take this motherfucker off the screen.
Was that in New York? That was in New York.
New York, and the dance is like punching my hips, and they doing this, and they bouncing around like they're stabbing themselves. It's so, we're so far in the dark, and like Katrina saying, it's a dub, and it's just like, that's why I say, bro, we just need a fucking mass extermination. Because what do we do with this?
Let me say this, right? People be upset with me because I say things like, sometimes, yo, when we mess up, yo, we gotta be mute. You see what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, when we because black people, we emotional, so we quick to put our opinion in something, especially when it's involving our people. So say when our people do something bizarre, you have more black people in the comments talking about give them life, give them life, give them life. And I be like, yo, we gotta stop doing that, because it makes it easy for the system to railroad the next one. You see what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, you don't see this in no other race. You only see it with us. Anytime we be the first ones talking about, 15-year-old get locked up for something. Oh, send him to life. He need to do life in prison. But it's like, yo, hold up, yo, like, yo, these other kids ain't getting that much time for these same things though, right? And that goes into what you were saying about how we are as people, man. Like we gotta sometimes, yo, we gotta just sit back when it's involving our people and just let it play out. Let it play out just like everybody else do when it's involving their people. You feel me?
Yeah, and the problem with that, I agree with most of the time, because most of the time it'd be silly shit. The problem is we're already in a heightened sense, and we're behind the 8 ball. Everything is gonna be heightened. It's gonna be trumped up. And my problem with that is, like, I don't like that give them life shit, because you would not say that about somebody else. They want to hear a motherfucker backstory when it's another race or it's another group. You want to, oh man,
Exactly. Exactly.
his dad died when he was 8, and his mom beat his ass. It's so crazy. And that's why a lot of the times I'm with you with that sit back shit. Whenever somebody gets killed by the police, even if they didn't do nothing wrong, I don't say nothing coming out. And it sounds fucked up, but the reason I don't say nothing is because I'm waiting to see how the family is going to react. If the family is like, forgive them for the love of Jesus, I don't, all right, bro, they gonna go and forgive them. I'm not about to stand and say nothing about no fucking people who decide that forgiving the person who murdered your family member is all right. I forgive you, bro. You ain't even went to court and talk about you forgive somebody. So it's like ain't no reason for me to come out and say nothing. I wait. I don't like coming out when shit first happened. I don't like when breaking news. Unless it's something, so I don't like breaking news, period. I like to sit back and see what's about to happen. Because how can you come out and already make a judgment for anybody who do anything and talking about forgiveness? That's the problem. Motherfuckers is just so fucking brainwashed and so fucking quick. We're quick to hate each other.
We don't have our own mind as a community. We don't have our own mind. I noticed that with our people. Like we will repeat verbatim what the news said. Verbatim. Like you didn't add your own spin to it. You didn't put no extra thought into what you didn't process the information.
And not even that.
You just went with the whole narrative.
When did we start believing the news? Like this is my dog. Most people, they say that like 85% of people only read the title. They don't go no further than that. But repeating the news you're right. We're half-minded and we're not half-minded in the right direction. We don't form like Voltron when it's actually time to go up against a system, because a lot of the people, and for real, a lot of what I'm talking about right now is directed towards my peers. Motherfuckers just sit back and allow motherfuckers to say whatever they want to, do whatever they want to, get fucked over, keep getting fucked over. They want to talk, but they don't come out and say nothing because they don't want to step on nobody's toes. I don't give a fuck about no label, because ain't no label ever walked in this house and offered to take care of this family. So it's like they don't want to say nothing. They don't want to come out. They don't want to. And I ain't telling nobody to be no freedom fighter, because I'm not about to fight for nobody fucking freedom. But I will fight for those people who decide that, hey, bro, we're not fucking with this. We don't want nothing to do with this shit. But they don't come out and say nothing because they want an opportunity. They don't want to offend these motherfuckers, put these motherfuckers back on the screen, because it's important to show what these people look like. They don't want to come out and offend them because, they might be able to put me in contact with somebody who can get me on a TV show. They might know somebody. They might shut me out from a place. Who gives a fuck, nigga? Go get a trade or something if you worried about taking care of your motherfucking family. Because this shit is bigger than the fucking kickback of the few dollars that you're going to get because of keeping your mouth closed about this. Niggas want to talk about some bullshit happening across the world, but we got people like this pouring money. It takes a lot of money to have a music career, especially a successful one. That's even if you're behind the scenes. Even to be a songwriter, you have to have equipment, because you're basically on call. This shit ain't free. So they're gonna take their money and they're gonna pour it into the worst things in our culture, because we're telling them that, hey, this is what we approve of. Anytime we don't say this ain't it, anytime we do not 100% go against these things, we are telling the system, every system, everywhere, that it is okay. We are telling the system that this is who we are. This is the kind of shit that we like. They don't even diversify the entertainment anymore. Nope. Shit like this used to be Mad TV parody type things. But now it's real life. And when we don't say we don't fuck with that, we telling them that we fuck with it. Grown, like I'm telling you, I got on YouTube and all you saw was grown black men showing every tooth they got, laughing like this was okay, bro. You would not, but I can't even say you wouldn't allow your son, because if these motherfuckers walk through the door, they would. Oh man, we're gonna give you $100,000. Oh man, that's gonna set me up for life, bro. That's not even a.
I'd have told him shove that shit up their ass. You ain't. That's manipulate. You're not manipulating my child like that, man. At all. But you know, the kids that fall for that is the it's not. What I notice about children that's influenced by music, they normally come out of family households, single parent households. You know, because I look at my children, and my children is not influenced by music at all. I'm talking about at all. Like they don't even know half these guys. You see what I'm saying? Like they still into the, the little raps that they hear in their video games that they play. But I was influenced by music. You understand? I came from just my mother. You feel my mother and my mother and three of us, three kids all together. And most of my homeboys was the same way. So I'm noticing that the breakdown in the family structure plays a huge role in the way music captivates the young mind.
And especially in this time where we have more broken families than ever. And what's the worst part of all of this in my mind is that if there was a person in the community, I remember growing up, and if it was a person in my grandmother's neighborhood who their mother was on drugs or their father was not present, people knew they could come to my grandma's house. My grandma old. They could go to my grandma's house and she would take the kids in the neighborhood to church on the weekend. They could come any time of the week, as long as they stayed in her view. They could get in the pool. They could come over and they would have somewhere to take a nap. They would have, this was a safe place, and won't nothing gonna happen to them. Won't nobody gonna do nothing to them. There was a community when I was growing up where if it was, and it was a fucked up time back then too, especially in Norfolk at that time. But we have completely decided to just totally move away from, if there is a single mother, a single father, or somebody in the neighborhood, I'm not going to be bothered with them because they made their own decision. That's their own problem. You don't know why that person's a single mom. You don't know what happened. They could have died. It could have been domestic abuse. It could have been drugs. It could have been anything. But we moved so far away from having compassion for other people's families. And you don't have to take them into your house, but looking out for them by just, being there so that
just being
they
there,
have somebody else to look at.
You taking your kids to the park, see if they want to go. You playing catch with your kids, see if they want. Hey, shorty, you trying to play? Like, and that burns me up. I can't stand the people that think that way. Oh, that's not my problem. Yo, it is. No, it's not your problem. Yo, but in a way, it is at the same time, yo. Because like I said, yo, perception is reality. And as long as our kids and children are being perceived as threats, it don't matter how good you raising yours. So it will become your problem in the future.
It's like so crazy. Go ahead.
You made a good point on the last video, because that's the same point I be making.
It's all of our problem. It's everybody's problem.
It's all of our problem. And when them kids come, and if your kids are being raised right, but they run into one of these kids that's not, then why would it matter? You see what I'm saying?
Out here living a double fucking life because they're infatuated by something that we have not decided that we wanted to just sit down and explain. Like I said, bro, you don't have to put your knee in your kid's neck for them to get it. You might have a child, and this is what I forgot to say in the last video, you might actually have a child that they have aggressive tendencies and they have an aggression about them, or they have that take charge about them. You got to know what to do with that. If you got a child that has aggressive tendencies and you can see they real got that rugged roughness to them, Why don't you put them in an activity that's physical,
Mhm.
karate, taekwondo,
Yep,
jujitsu?
right.
Why don't you put them in a fighting activity? Why don't you expose them to something where they can take their physical energy and put it into something that is good?
You know,
Why
that
don't,
because nowadays people don't even know they can. Your job as a parent is to observe your children's strengths and weaknesses. You see what I'm saying? What are they strong at? And how can you redirect or direct that into something positive?
correct?
You see what I'm saying?
And it's like when you and that's another reason why is this isn't off topic, but that's why people send their children to private school. It don't have nothing to do with I don't want them to be around, blah, 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 but it has everything to do with I don't want them. I need them in an environment of people who are thinking how I'm thinking, not
Mm.
thinking how the random shit is thinking. But to answer Katrina's question, is he the oldest sibling? I don't know. I couldn't find anything about this kid. I couldn't even find his name. If that's his name, for Legends Never Die, who was Lil RT's target audience? Obviously, black children. This shit ain't targeted. White kids is not going to be, well, I don't know what's going on because they got their own shit happening over there. But this is targeted at kids because no adult in their right mind is going to be riding down the street listening to this. And looking at it and thinking that it's funny is how all genocides start. Like, damn, that's crazy. Damn,
Yeah.
oh man, that's some bull. That's crazy. Romeo, 9-year-old. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, oh, they want to know how old your kid is, how old your son is. Oh,
My
are
kids,
you or is he the oldest? She asked, is he the oldest sibling?
who my children,
Yeah.
I got a 12-year-old and I got a 10-year-old. I'm ready to pick them up now. But yeah, I got a 12-year-old and a 10-year-old. And my kids, they not even my 12-year-old. He may be 13. He is not influenced by music at all. Getting straight A's and everything. But it don't
Oh,
matter if he's
oh
doing
wait.
that.
She said, are you the oldest sibling? My bad.
Oh no, I'm the youngest. I'm the youngest of my father kids and my mother kids.
Oh, I'm the oldest. I'm the oldest sibling. It's only two of us though. So it's just you're definitely hitting the nail on the head when you're talking about people because I was raised pretty much in a 2-parent house. And I mean, we listened to all type of music and everything, but like that was not like my parents specifically told me, bro, like this is just entertainment. Like this is don't even
Okay.
bother with this shit. I remember this when the newspaper was a thing, Yeah, he just got signed. He just literally, I think this little boy got signed last week, and then
I got signed up that video.
he got signed off TikTok. But yeah, my parents used to bring the newspaper clipping in because there's a lot of stars where I'm from, and when they would be talking about stuff, they would hand it and show us and read where they would talk about the truth when people used to actually speak the truth in the news before the news became just the propaganda machine, because all big news was the propaganda, but local news is on bullshit too. But it's like, bro, this is everybody's problem. Your child has unfettered access to everything. It's no matter what you do, they will be able to get to it. And if you are not there and we are not there to make it clear that this shit ain't cool, this shit is not it. Do you want to be like this? Like I said, I had a 16-year-old girl ask me about her reputation because people was calling her a slut and it wasn't true. And it's like, how did you even get yourself into this? I have to ask, like, how did you even get into this situation? Because if you still hanging around with people who is doing crazy ass shit, they're just going, bro, from a distance, all I can see is that. I don't have time to distinguish who's who. If it's 100 dogs outside that, if it's 90 dogs outside that want to kill me, and 10 of them that don't want to kill me, want to fight for my life, but you standing with those 100 dogs that want to kill me, how the fuck do I know you one of those 10 dogs? I don't have time to decipher what dog is what. So I'm just going to assume all the dogs want to kill me. It's the same thing with this. How do you prevent somebody else from looking at your child? And then people will say, it don't matter how other people see me. But how other people see you is the difference between laying on the ground and bleeding out because the police like, oh, let's just get this nigga off the street because he had to do something, or helping you, living or dying, when it's life or death, how other people see you because it's no the reason they see us this way is because it's no consequences behind this shit. Because this child's parents, their family, the engineer, the person who shot the video, the people who signed them, everybody should be being held accountable, and not no fucking lip
Everybody.
service, not no
I
just
agree.
talking about it.
Like
No,
even the guy that shot the video. Like you ain't question this. Like you ain't sit back and be like, man, I don't know about this. Man, maybe I shouldn't. You know, like
these
it's just
people
crazy.
are
Like you
dead.
said, everybody involved should be held accountable. Like nobody looked at this like, no, I don't think this the image that we should be putting out. You know, even the parents, yo, you know, and I get it. Some people come from situations that's hardcore. You feel me? And he might come from one of them type of situations, yo. But it ain't nobody in the family that say, nah, man, we gotta put a stop to this.
Not one person. Nobody was like, oh, but again, a lot of these people, somebody come waving a couple dollars around, and instead of pooling their resources, if they had one person in their family and they could pool their resources and send that person to get a CDL, send that person to nursing school, send that person to electrician school, send that person to be a plumber, send that person to do something productive with their life, that would be more beneficial for their family than somebody come waving this check around. You don't know how you're gonna keep making money. Like they don't know.
Sean,
Okay, but
Sean.
they don't know. This is their only way out because they don't have anything in their mind that's gonna tell them about how another opportunity is gonna come. They thinking it's a blessing. The whole time the devil coming off, dropping off packs. And bro, Zay, that be what I talk about. And people talk about, oh, it don't matter how you dress, it don't matter how you look when you go out. That the way that you walk out your house is the difference between somebody playing with you and thinking you a lick, or somebody knowing that I should just keep walking because that person might bring some trouble to me. It's a
It could be
whole
like
lot. Dog, it's a whole lot of reads. It's a whole lot of analytics that go into what you look like when you walk out. Because do y'all remember what happened in New York with that Buffalo shooter? That motherfucker walked into the store the day before he shot that grocery store up. It was a lady who was working in there who was like, you need to leave. You scaring the customers. Like, she just straight up was like, you scaring the customers. And that motherfucker ran out the store and just left. He didn't try to stay. He didn't talk or nothing. He ran away. When he come back to the grocery store, you notice that motherfucker didn't go into the store at all. He stayed in the parking lot and shot it up because he knew it was people in that store that wasn't going for that shit. A lot of shit is a deterrent for a lot of other stuff. Because if I see you out and you got on your motherfucking bedroom shoes and I'm looking for something because I don't know what to do, because a lot of us come from these situations where we're going to learn from experience. Most Black people are going to learn from experience, no matter what class of Black person you are, whether you Oprah trying to buy a purse in a foreign country and they say no niggas allowed, or you the brokest motherfucker selling water on the corner trying to get some money, or you trying to rob somebody with a broke pistol. You're going to learn from experience. So when somebody see you out and it's like, I'm looking at you, oh, you can't run, you got on bedroom shoes. You not gonna do nothing. You on your cell phone, not paying attention. You got a bonnet on. I know I can take something from you. Or they'll go to a different location and they'll be looking for people who are dressed up like they got something. A lot of these things can be prevented with situational awareness. But a lot of these things can be prevented if somebody just opened their mouth and said, we ain't having that. Because a lot of the times that's all it takes to scare a motherfucker off. We not going. And that's how I feel about these motherfuckers. Send me an email. I'm not going. It's not happening. No matter what you say, no matter what you do, you can't take anything from me because you didn't give me anything. It can't be done. It's not going to be done. It's not going to happen, and I'm not going to
That's
stop.
what they try to do. They try to use their tools to whatever tools they got at their hands to to deter you from saying what need to be said.
Oh yeah, it's not
So
going to
they
happen because
so they
I've
try
been
to
this way my
fight.
whole life. I've been this way since a child. It's
You can
funny.
fight that, but they can't strike you for that. That's
Yeah,
that's fair use. Reaction
And you
video.
I ain't worried about all of that. And I know that they whatever. It don't really matter to me. But it's the email. It ain't that. They can do whatever they want to, but the email is what pissed me off. Because don't fucking talk to me. Who the fuck do you think you are? You
Right.
you don't you your life do not matter to me, and it definitely don't matter to nobody in this house. So it's like you don't tell me what to do, and that's an intimidation tactic that they like to use because a lot of people, oh man, I done worked on my goal, just like that funny Marco shit with Southside and G Herbo. A nigga just it's fucked up because a nigga just roll over and take the disrespect and roll over and take the bullshit because they done been through so much and they done got themselves up to this point where dog, I done worked so fucking hard. I be damned if I blow it on this, bro. You niggas don't know how the bills get paid in here. That's not that intimidation shit not going because we're in an era where we don't need you. A label ain't nothing but a bank that got a loan, and I'm not a fan of no debt. So it's like we're in a situation we don't need these people. And if we realize that we don't need these motherfuckers, we wouldn't have 9-year-olds talking about doing the dash and all type of bullshit. This shit really, what happened to if a rapper came out, even though it was some funny shit going on with Bow Wow and Immature and all them people, but what happened to child appropriate content if you just wanted your child to be with this shit?
I seen an Instagram post basically showing that, like, these are the young rappers that we had. They showed Bow Wow, they showed Romeo, they showed I think was it Tevin Campbell, and it's like, well, he was a singer, but they showed like our generation of young artists. But this is what they giving them. You see what I'm saying? Back then that wasn't even a flag, man. Like even with Crisscross, you know,
And my thing,
they used to have parental advisories. I don't know what happened to that. I guess once the internet came, they didn't push that out the window.
because the parents aren't advising anything. They're not looking at anything. Everything funny. Oh, it's just they know it's just entertainment. No, they don't, bro. This is a
No,
kid.
they don't.
We know children are smart, but children's brains they take everything literal. You don't even develop having those type of comprehension skills until you're an adult. And my thing is, what is the infatuation with children? I don't like these pedophiles. I hate them all. Like, I hate pedophiles with a fucking passion. Number one on the list. And it's like, what is the infatuation with? Like, what are you getting out of this? And what they're getting, I'm asking the question like I don't know the answer. But what they're getting out of this is complete annihilation. They've killed our men. They're doing a number on our women. Now they got to get the kid. So we don't have to go out and kill you in the street. We don't have to go out and do nothing to fucking kill them, bro. They're gonna kill themselves. So we can continue to go and start working on these other groups because the most dominant whatever group or this most powerful group of entertainers or whatever, they're gonna fucking wipe themselves out. We're gonna devalue them because they put all their value in looking at us like we are somebody that should be held up and praised because we have all the resources, not knowing that they have the power. Because whatever they say goes. Whatever we say goes. Nothing moves unless this community say it moves. If this community say it's not hot, it's not hot. This is why white rappers don't get no love for real when it comes to being respected. Russ was out here begging for respect because he was not getting respect from black people in rap music. He had more success than them. He was in a way better situation than them. He's going to be doing better than 99% of these people no matter what. He's not tied up to nobody. He's not beholden to nobody, but he was still missing the one most important piece, and what that is being respected by his peers, and he wasn't. They was clowning him and making a joke out of him, and they were doing worse than they was. And because if we say it's not going, it's not going. And when we say what we say goes, and we don't even realize.
That's what we gotta realize. We gotta realize that we got the power. So we have the power. Even when it comes to platforms we go on, like we don't have to go to these big platforms. You are the audience. No matter where you go, the audience is gonna follow. No. You see what I'm saying?
dog. And this is just the thing. And so oh man, they're still letting us do what we want to. We're gonna run them into the ground. We're gonna destroy their image. Because there's a lot of people who don't see us. There's a lot of people who've never had an encounter in us. Most of us are stuffed in these same little areas.
Yeah.
So it's like everything, a lot of these people, their first encounter with us is some type form of entertainment.
Yep.
And it's not
Dang.
enough. And it's
It's
fucked up
crazy.
because our entertainment is real life. But they'll tell you should idolize Wakanda, a fictional place with fictional character. Your hero is a fictional black cat. Not no real person. Not nobody who should be, if you're gonna look up to somebody you should model yourself after.
No,
And
no, it's crazy.
It's crazy.
I realized that I'm from Baltimore, right? Baltimore is 70% black. So I moved into the suburbs of Pennsylvania. You feel me? And I started working around. I was working a job predominantly other races. You see what I'm saying? And I noticed that, like, yo, a lot of these people that don't like us never even met us. You see what I'm saying? They never even met us. Like you said, their whole perception of who we are is through entertainment or some form of entertainment. I noticed that, and it blew my mind in the way it's like, yo, this is crazy.
They
But then
never
once they
seen
get to
us.
know us, a lot of times they be like, oh, all right. And, I'm street all the way to the core. So I'm street wherever I go. I don't care if I'm in the middle of, I mean, this is who I am. You're going to accept me as who I am or not at all. You feel me? And what a lot of them realize, like, don't get me wrong, it's still some people that was, forget them. But a lot of them realize, like, dang, he cool for real. You see what I mean? Like, I even had instances where the supervisor was saying things like, this had me been there like 4 months. Kept saying I seemed like a good guy. So I had to pull him up about that. Like, what you mean? Like, I ain't never had no problems. Like, why you keep saying I seem like a good guy? Like, you was expecting something else. You see what I'm saying?
Because they was. Because they were.
Right.
It's always, you always catch motherfuckers off guard when they realize that everybody's not trying to be a rapper. Everybody's not trying to be a fucking reality TV star. So, and it's it's fucked up because that is a microaggression. But when you encounter one of these other people and it's their first time encountering a black person, or they never really had to be around a black person like that more than in passing, they don't really know. So it's just kind of like, yeah, let me just go ahead and check you. I got to correct you right here and right now. Right? Because, and I mean, that's what we should be doing, but we shouldn't have to do that because everything that's pushed out to the front by these people who are controlling the image. And I had somebody try to push back on me when I quoted Hitler and said, Hitler said whoever controlled the image controls the message and shit. That is so true. You consume with your eyes first. You don't listen, bro. You didn't listen to this 9-year-old or whatever. You saw that. What the hell this 9-year-old doing in the car with the money, flashing the chain? What's going on with these teenagers in the background? Then you start hearing it, and then it start all going together, and it's just like we can't. No. This ain't it. This is not it.
No.
But that's what they expect. They don't. I remember when I was living in Boston, I went over to Cambridge. I was at MIT, and this white girl called me. But I went to black schools my whole life. I lived in black areas my whole life. You see them every now and then, but never in big concentrated groups until I went up to Massachusetts. And this white girl grabbed my hand and she was rubbing my hand, and she was like, "Oh my God, like you have such beautiful hands." And I like snatched my shit away because it just felt too close to slavery to me. And I realized, like, oh, you ain't never been around no black person for real. Like you are just like, oh my God, what's going on? It was so weird. And it's just like they have, it's always objectification first. You rarely are gonna run into people who've never dealt with different. If you don't have a diverse palette of who you dealt with, it's always gonna be objectification first because they're trying to out of pure curiosity because you don't know. It's like those weirdos who go overseas and go to these tribes and shit. Oh man, I had my cell phone in their face. He had a bone in his nose and all this shit, bro. Get your fucking phone out these people's face. Like, but you're infatuated. You don't know. It's amazing. And everybody's sitting back including my peers who don't want to speak up. They're sitting back and they're just like, damn, it's not entertainment. It's not entertainment to everybody else, but they're like, damn, this is they don't know what to do because they've never seen no shit like this. But yeah,
No,
I'm
that's
about to
why
wrap up.
that's why I love your content though, man. Because you keep it raw and you keep it real. It ain't too many people that's gonna speak on these type of topics and
Cause
be honest about
it just pisses me off. Like I just be pissed off because this shit is stupid as hell, man. Come on, y'all. Like they're trying to already kill it. They're already killing us. So we just gonna just keep going down dumb bitch lane. It's ridiculous. But yeah, I'm about to wrap up. I appreciate you for coming on. Definitely got to come back.
it. You already know.
All right, I'll holler at you.
Uh,
Don't send me no motherfucking emails, create music, or whoever the fuck y'all is, bro. Don't ever in your fucking life form your hand to write me any messages. I don't want nothing from you. Nothing. There's nothing you can do. You've crossed the line. There's nothing you can say. Never, ever, ever in your life send me a message. And that really kind of go for everybody. Don't send me no motherfucking messages. If you not one of my people checking me for tripping, don't send me no messages. I don't want to hear it. Ain't nothing a record label can say to me. I'm not down bad. I'm not fucking hurting. No, it's not happening. But thank y'all for coming through, man. I just had to get that off my chest because they got me fucked up. Well, it's too late because I got to go. But I appreciate y'all for coming through, man. Fuck that label. Fuck these weird ass pedophiles. Fuck anybody sending me any type of messages about being upset about a motherfucking telling people to do fucking better. Oh Lord. Wait a minute. Colorado Rick done called in. Hold on. Add to stage. Is he gonna come up? This junk say loading. What books you talking about, Zay? Rick, I don't know what's going on. Hold on. I don't know why they the service must be bad, Rick. Wait. It stopped. Can you hear me? I can't see you or hear you. Okay, yeah, DM me. I'm gonna give you like 2 more minutes, Rick. This junk, I don't know why it's not adding you up. Well, it's adding you, but I can't. It ain't saying nothing on your end. Let me try it again. Damn, Rick. Oh wait, did it pop up? I'm trying. I don't want to hang up on you. Yeah. Okay, wait. Device is not connected. You up here twice. Maybe this one will work. Hold up. Add. Okay, that one. Okay, there you go. There you go.
Yo,
There you
can you
go.
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's
All
up?
right, yo, check this shit out. So I'm in Denver, Colorado right now. Here's our fucking version of Tent City. I'm gonna turn my camera around. Can you see that shit?
That's sad as hell, man.
So, and then we're sending all this fucking money to Ukraine to the tune of 263 billion fucking dollars. You know the amount of fucking skyscrapers and infrastructure that we could build in this motherfucking country? And by the way, Denver is experiencing an all-time eviction crisis right now. Motherfuckers are getting kicked out of their apartments, and here you got these motherfuckers talk about we stand with Pakistan or we stand with fucking Israeli. You hammered that shit right on the fucking head, Nayim. Thank you for posting that video. I will forever fucking hit you in those links in the PayPal and shit. And I don't give a fuck if they take your video down either. I'll repost that shit and call that shit out too. Motherfuckers
I
and got me
appreciate you,
mad.
man. Real talk. That's what I'm talking about. It's always go outside of what's going on right where you live at, outside of the fucking block you live on, to take care of somebody else's needs when we got shit exactly in our fucking neighbor. You can walk to the bullshit in your neighborhood.
Right. Right. And this is motherfucking colorful Colorado. We have oil in this state, Nayim. We have water in the state. We have farmland. We have all the major resources that we need to employ these people out here. But yet and still, we're worried about busing migrants up here now. We're shutting down schools, Nayim, and housing these fucking migrants now. But we don't have anything for these people out here. Nothing.
And I've been
And
to
that it
Colorado
just
a few
infuriates
times.
me.
It's so fucked up. It is. And it pisses you off even more that you gotta fight. You gotta fight the government, and then you gotta fight people in your neighborhood, and then you gotta fight everybody else that's backing them. It pisses me off more than anything, because it's just like, dog, like, why we just can't take care of what we have? Fuck them people over there. I don't give a fuck about either side. Who cares a fuck?
Right.
There's people here that's going through the same shit they going through.
Yeah. And here's the last point, Nayim. I know you're trying to wrap up, but it feels like that, people ain't doing shit about bitching, about the shit on the internet. And this is why I support like Ayo Kaseko and yourself like I do, you know what I'm saying? Because at least you guys are actually fucking doing something. When I went out there to Chicago for the No Negative News campaign and, was trying to get, music media to shut the fuck up about the beef, it was like a real deer in the headlights type of look. Like they didn't know that they could actually do anything about it. You know what I mean? And yeah, that's all I want to say. One more thing. If you and Ayo are brothers, then you my auntie. We are related. And you keep doing your thing. And I'm getting out of here. I got to go to work. What are they going to do? Counsel me? I'm a motherfucking plumber. Who else is going to shovel their shit? You know what I'm saying? I'm out of here, homie. You take care.
Appreciate you, Rick. I'll holler at you. Yeah, fuck everybody, dog. We got to take care of ourselves, and we got to combat all of these motherfuckers. The people that look like us, the people who don't look like us, we got to combat them all, because they all just trying to get us all fucking in the assembly line to go into the slaughterhouse. And I'm going to wrap up on that point. I really appreciate all y'all for coming through on such short notice. We'll be back here probably either tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. But I'll holler at y'all.